What is going on? It's your boy Warner Brother, and we are back with some more Need for Speed No Limits, episode 329, for some more of the daily grind. That's right, more PvPs, more tuner trials, more car series, maybe some campaign replayables, but definitely some car tuning. Let's get into it. So, continuing on from the last episode, we have 3 more free upgrade crates. We still have about 3.5 minutes left on them. So let's talk PvPs. Now, actually, before we talk PvPs, let's hop briefly into the garage because no, I'm going to talk PvPs first so I can give you some context as to why I did what I did in the garage. So, new week of PvPs in Limit Break, but let's take a look at the results from last week's Jet Stream. So, as you can see, I made the S tier in the driver division, but also the speedster division, which means I did get the 10 blueprints for the Snoop Dogg GT500, which were actually scrap points. The winner of last week's Jet Stream event is B Black Eye, followed closely by China 6 and Caroline Marie. That's your top 3 for the last week's PvP. Now for my score in the Underground Rivals, I added 2,100 points from my last total of 4,000 to bring my total Underground score up to 62,700. And the king of the Underground is still China 6. And your top 8 in the Underground is, of course, China 6. Then you have Benadarm, followed by Stena, Capricorn, Caroline Marie. I believe probably a Greek or, some sort of Mediterranean driver. Then Flutter and Fantastic. That is your top 8 in the Underground. Now, for this week's PvP, we have, of course, a stacked lineup in the driver division, a almost complete lineup in the speedster division, and currently we don't have anything in the breakneck division, but soon might change. Looking into next week's Undertow, we have, of course, the Unicorn and the 99 M3 for driver division, the Black Series AMG GT and the 991 Carrera in the speedster division, and the Pagani Huayra in the breakneck division, and potentially the Koenigsegg Chimera if we get it. Gridlock 2 weeks from now, we have the M2 Coupe and the Boss 302 in the driver division, the Diablo SV and the 993 Carrera, so the older Carrera 911 in the speedster division, and then we have currently no car in the breakneck division. And I want to see what the tiers are for. RX-7, so that'll be more scrap points. Ken Block Fiesta ST, that'll be helpful to stage that up. Sesto Elemento. And of course, if we even make it in the rival tier, which we actually won't, so I won't be worried about the new Countach. Also going to Undertow for their tiers and stuff. M2 Coupe, so even more blueprints. Scrap points. Diablo SV, which will help us to really get the car up to snuff. And the Murcielago SV, so basically the successor to the Diablo SV. And the Pagani Huayra R, but not going to worry about that. And then Outlanders 3 weeks from now, we have my baby in the R34, also the RX-7 and the Golf GTI in the driver division, so full lineup there. The Fiesta ST Cam Block Edition for the speedster division, and the R35 GTR in the breakneck division. So I do need to work on that one, as well as the Cam Block Fiesta. Which, that one I kind of figured out when from the rewards in the Gridlock one. Now for this one, Type R blueprints, perfect. I will definitely need those. Lamborghini Urus blueprints, very nice. In fact, that might help us to actually get it and the Aston Martin 177 blueprints, as well as Koenigsegg Agera RS blueprints for rival tier. Very nice. So before we do get driving, let's go ahead and grab our third free upgrade crate of the day. Continuing on from the last episode. Good stuff. Ah, yes, the Golf GTI. Alright, let's go ahead and PvP. Let's hop into the Speedster division. I feel like, because we do have a maxed out Shelby GT500, that we will more than likely make it into S tier in that division. Oh, before we do get racing, I do want to point out the couple of things I did. So since we got the 10 extra blueprints that turned into scrap points, it gave me enough scrap points to get the final epic part for the Z28 Camaro, which we aren't driving anymore for now, till we stage it up some more for Underground Rivals, or not Underground Rivals, for the car series. And it also gave me enough scrap points for a brand new turbo for the Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT. So I have the legendary turbo now. And with that, we'll go ahead and add that. And we will add this as well, because we need that. So that's basically set up and ready. That engine's ready to be rebuilt, and I think the transmission is as well. Yes, it is. We still have a little bit of ways to go before we can get this ready to be rebuilt, but this will help us out a lot, especially in the speed factor. Now, the old turbo, which was a 5-star epic, I couldn't add to any of the cars that were 5 stars and above because they already had them. And I couldn't add them to any of the other cars because they didn't have the right star rating. So I had to scrap them. Speaking of scrap, let's take a look and see what we can get rid of. We can get rid of those. I don't need those. Don't need that. Don't need those. I don't need that turbo upgrade kit for now. Don't need that. Don't need that. And let's see what else. Hang on to those. Hang on to those. Yeah, that's about it. And no parts, so don't have to worry about that. We'll just scrap those. Perfect. Now, let's get to driving. Speedster division. Go up against Bertrand and their Challenger SRT8. Now, for this first race, just to sort of test out how well this thing performs, I'm going to do this race without nitrous. That also gives me a feel for what the track is going to be like. Alright, so did not get the launch I was looking for. And for some reason this car has a weird camera angle. Oh. So that's one thing I have to look and be careful for on this particular course, is the ESFs, because those ESFs are deadly. Well, I say those ESFs, but really it's only one. So with that finish, wow, look at how far the finish is. Insane. Now, obviously, the next run will be the same course and potentially the same driver or same opponent. So, same course, different drivers. So we're going up against Johanker or Johanker in their Challenger SRT8. Interesting look. Now let's try to get a perfect launch this time, shall we? Nope, gotta over rev. But this time we're not gonna play around by holding off on the nitrous. We are going to use our nitro. Wow. And still had more in the tank to go faster. New personal best of a 27.22. And that's $50,000 in cash that we just obtained, which is good stuff. Stuff that we really need. Alright. Same course, different driver. Looks like a Russian driver. And their Challenger SRT8. Interesting. Jesus. Third time's the charm on that perfect launch. There it is. What? I got hit by the ESF and it put me on my side. Wow. But luckily my car is fast enough to where I still kept the lead. And was only a second and a half slower than my personal best. Because of it, so. Something that I could complain about, but I'm not going to. Because it wasn't, bad. 30 seconds of hang time. Very nice. I recognize the gamer tag, I think, on this one. Another challenger that we're going up against. Same course. Let's try to do that again. Get the perfect launch, and this time try to avoid the ESF. I want to try to get the best run that I can. Because there's going to be other drivers that are going to be racing against my Ghost. And I want to give them as big of a challenge as I can. And that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. That's how you just absolutely ruin it. Ton of speed lost through there. Could have had a personal best had I not hit that wall towards the end, but it's alright. We're proving that we can smash through these races, so that's the good thing. Now we'll go up against Mayan and their Challenger SRT8. Same course. Because why switch? That's the launch I was looking for. Let's try this again. Still cut the good amount of speed through there. And a new personal best. Wasn't the cleanest run still, but clean enough to get a 26.61 out of it. That I will take. And look at the blueprints for the Challenger. Scrap points. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh. Old school muscle. I like it. Alright, let's see if that fourth free upgrade crate is available. Let's go ahead and grab that. And of course our 9 assignments. And head out of there. Yes, it is ready. So we can go ahead and grab that. And we have one more free upgrade crate to grab. Blueprint for the 650S. Nice. I need 10 more of those? That's unexpected. Cool. Now, just briefly, I want to hop into the car series just because I want to take a look at some of the performance ratings that I need to obtain to continue them. Namely, I already know about those. That Koenigsegg is the closest candidate for the hyperspace and, of course, stratosphere. Especially since it has to be the same PR level for both. And I think there's only one race left in both of those. Laser beamers, I have a long way before I get that M4 up to that performance rating. So I'm not too worried about it. The Chevyweight Champion, on the other hand, that is closer to the goal that I need to reach. And Speed Demon, that is definitely obtainable. I just need to basically get better parts. Snake in the Grass, I need more blueprints to stage up the car, and then we can rebuild all the parts. Hypnotic Exotics, I still need parts for that as well. Aerodynamics, same issue. Super Coupes, GTR needs work. So, Good Old Days, the Shelby needs work, and blueprints. Hell Riders, the Hellcat Charger needs work. And then Supersonic Sports, the Corvette needs better parts. And then Fusion Force, I think the LaFerrari just needs more blueprints and better parts, but mostly more blueprints. So that's that for the car series. Tuner trials, on the other hand. So it's Monday. That means we have the motor materials, though I don't need anything in the motor section. But just because I don't need anything doesn't mean I'm not going to stock up. So we're going to do legendary and epic races. Just to stock up on those materials. Because we will eventually either need to use them for cars, or we'll eventually need to scrap them for points. Hopefully the former before the latter. So perfect launch off the line, super strong. Whew. And I almost didn't have this room to give him the space. Build up, build up, build up, build up. Nitrous now. Whoa, super close to that wall. And a ton of speed through that middle section. And I missed the jump. I could have used that nitro. Damn, if I hadn't missed that jump, I would have had the nitro in order to get this under 36 seconds. But it's fine. Still take what I got, because that was a really good run regardless. Even if it is in the low 36s. That still was on point. Three, two, one. Well, I tried to get the other Porsche up here, but that didn't work. And then I lost out on a lot of money because of that, so. But we still won the race. That's the main thing that matters. I actually did get the Porsche closer to the BMW, so. Let's still Porsches to the front. Got the Porsches on the podium, at least. That's fine. Alright, that's the 2 tuner trial races complete. 10 near misses as well. That's good stuff. Alright. How much time before the final crate? Less than 5 minutes. So, let's hop into the driver. Stay in the speedster division for now. I'll do the driver division after the final free crate. Now we got a party, but I'm quite sure that this person doesn't have quite the performance yet. I'm quite sure of it. It's Snoop Dogg battling himself. No, not really. It's just 2 imposters driving Snoop Dogg cars. Perfect launch, and this is a nitro rush. Oh god, I lost a ton of speed off of that. Did you see that car flying and bouncing off and everything? And I still set a personal best with that. That was hilarious. That was funny. I don't care who you are. That was comical. Holy crap. Even in my tired state, that was freaking hilarious. I'm going against KDK29 in their Challenger. So I'm 1-for-1 against other Snoop GT500s. Now, I kind of don't like this course because there's a good bit of room for mistakes that can be very costly. But as long as I pick my lines, nowhere to go. And there's a wall whack. It didn't kill my run, but it slowed me down significantly, and I need to be very mindful of that. Or else that will cost me a race. I have to be very mindful of that, or else that will completely just ruin me. Especially when I start going up against faster cars. Then we'll go up against Wigino in their Challenger SRT8. Literally just been spanking everybody so far in the speedster division. And pretty soon, that same tail whooping I'm going to be handing out in the driver division. Here pretty soon. This one's a little bit different because this Nitro Rush. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now that slowed me down some when I hit that wall, but didn't slow me down enough to not set another personal best. 27.78. I still haven't found out what the top speed is for this car without nitrous. And this week's PvP isn't going to help me out with that. Well, I have to beat this guy because look at the number. Yeah, I have to beat them. Which, at this stage, is fairly easy because look at my performance versus everybody else I've been up against. I hadn't even been up against someone with performance rating in their 700s. It's been 6 something or less. I think that is just slower than my personal best. Oh no, that's faster. It's 27.61. Okay. And we got the blueprints for the 67 Camaro S. There's a reason why I paused. Because I looked at the number of blueprints I need to get the car. If I make it all the way to S tier in the driver division, we can get the car. How exciting is that? Super exciting, man. Alright, final free upgrade crate of the day. And what we're going to do is we're going to push heavy through the driver division. We're going to get ourselves up through E tier, through D tier, and through C tier. We're going to make ourselves all presence felt and make ourselves into B tier. Ooh, and a blueprint for the Gonzalez CCX. I need 13 more of those. Interesting. Well, that's good to know and very useful information. So back into the PvPs. Limit break. Driver division. Question is which car? Probably the Cayenne. Yes. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna test out the Subaru first, just to see what sort of things we're gonna go up against. I want to compare like the speeds, you know, and like the times. So Snake Pass Day, it's gonna be the same track, probably definitely a different driver, but we're gonna, you know, compare based off of lap time. Well, you know, finishing time between these two cars. So little Subi gang. Oh my god, that was like clean and strong launch from the Subaru. Wow, I didn't expect it to turn right there. Okay, this run is quite sloppy. I say quite sloppy, and then the rest of it has been quite uneventful and clean and across the line with a 29.13. Oh my god, I'm almost at the personal best. Only 300s off of it. So if I hadn't hit that taxi, I would have had a personal best. Got it. So that means the Cayenne should have no issue given its performance rating. So let's swap over to the Cayenne. Now, question is, which will be... The other question is, which is easier to drive? As far as making sure that I have a clean run. Because I can have all the speed in the world, but if I can't keep it under control, I'm still going to lose. Now, obviously, this should be faster. And better area for a perfect launch. Oh, I think I already know which one I'm going to start using for this driver division. Yikes. And a new personal best. Smashed it with a 28.52. Now, I'm quite sure the Subaru can get up there too. Yeah, that was honestly good. Oh boy. Drowsiness is starting to kick in, but we are continuing to push. Going against Francesco or Francesco. Another Subaru. They're in the blank tier, or as I like to call it, F tier. Ooh, that's a badass looking Subaru. Love the body kit. The paint job looks beautiful. Kept the stock wing because it looks so damn good. I give that one a really nice 8.6 out of 10. And across the line. I feel like that could be cleaned up, but still a personal best, 24.04. Alright, limit break is proving to be quite difficult as far as, like, you know, being one to be able to keep up a good amount of speed versus having to have good control. Going against Michael in their WRX, and I think I recognize that gamer tag. Ah, very nice. Nice paint job at least, but definitely something different. Ah, yes, the roadblocks. .219 the top speed, faster than the WRX with, I think, a 203, something around that. And for this one, a new personal best. I stand corrected, not a new personal best. Personal best for this car, I'll say that. Ooh, motor kit, motor component, Xtra. Oh, yeah, need a lot of that stuff, so makes sense that we got it. Like I said, we're going to push all the way past C tier into B tier. So we are currently in D tier. Going against Cheetah in their WRX. Hopefully they're not a cheater. And here they are. My car's got enough performance to absolutely... Wow, that's a nice paint job. See, now this is stuff I like. Super creative, super nice. That's one of the George Rose wraps from the West End Waves event. Give that a 8.4 out of 10. Body kit's pretty basics, but the colors sort of accentuate how nice it is, so I could let it slide. Another new personal best, 23.46. So we are on it for now. Now we're going against Deutscher. And first G80 M3 that we're going to go up against. Definitely not stock by any stretch of the imagination. Except for the paint color. Yeah, paint color is original. Oh, we didn't get the launch. See what we can do with this without nitrous. Cross the line. Almost too easy. And then his car is almost 100 points of performance over stock. Alright, go up against Junda. Oh boy. Fairly drowsy. Okay. Not super simple, but clean, simple, elegant. Get that one an 8.1 out of 10. I think this one has the ESF on it. Yeah, this one does. And across the line. That wasn't a personal best, but that was for this car. Still almost 2 seconds slower than my personal best I set with the GT500. Alright, 15 more blueprints. That literally means we have to make it all the way up in the S tier to get the 15 blueprints and get the 67 Camaro SS. 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 4 more races left to go before we call it an episode. We go up against Archangel 62RU. So they probably might be Russian. And they're driving a WRX STI. Ooh. Like the body kit with the paint color. Alright, I dig it. I dig it. Aftermarket wing, not bad. 8.5 out of 10. Cross the line. Ooh, getting close to that personal best. Haven't touched it though. I definitely haven't beaten it. Yeah, only a tenth slower than my personal best, so I'll take it. We're going against We Do in their WRX. Alright, Madball's wrap. I like the body kit. The wrap looks pretty good. Not a fan of those wheels. So, but the fitment looks fantastic, so not bad. 7.8 out of 10. Mostly because like the wheels. Ton of speed lost somewhere, so. Come on. Go against Abet in their WRX. Ooh, now that's a better looking car. Like the body kit. Super simple on the paint job. We just painted it red. Wheels match quite nice. Not a fan of that wing, but still doesn't look bad. 8.3 out of 10. Cross the line. Some real hops. Okay. Still gotten to the point where we're dealing with the maxed out Subarus, so I figure here pretty soon I'll have to be dealing with other Cayennes. But for now, just WRXs. And of course the lone M3. Jack 8833. Or is that 8933? Can't tell, I'm too tired. Oh my god, what kind of ugly crap is that, man? That is disgusting. Now I have to beat you because your car looks like shit. Correct your fitment. Correct it. And across the line. Alright, that will wrap it up for this episode of Need for Speed No Limits. Tune in next time for episode 330 for some more of the daily grind. Like and subscribe for more content, also for motorsports and gaming content. I will leave links to different channels in the description. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining. Much love, much appreciation. It's your boy Warner Brother. And I am out of here. Peace. After we do that.